Each commencement, members of the university's administration and faculty are invited to nominate students from among the graduates for the honor of delivering a brief address on behalf of the graduating class. Today's speaker is Hannah Harmon of Dawson, Nebraska. The daughter of Matt and Amy Harmon, Hannah is a first-generation student and today will graduate magna cum laude from the College of Education with a sports administration comprehensive major. Like so many bright and successful UNK students, Hannah has been involved in campus and community life. Her classroom excellence speaks for itself. A grade point average of 3.88 on a scale of 4.0. She was a member of the honors program and Phi Eta Sigma honorary fraternity, was a member of the chancellor's leadership class, and was named to the dean's academic list. Her scholarships and awards include the Multicultural Community Service Scholarship, Multicultural Affairs Student Leader, and Freshman of the Year awards. Rosenloff Mackenzie Outstanding Sophomore Scholar Award, Department of Health, PE, Recreation, and Leisure Studies Scholarship, and 2012-13 Sports Management Student of the Year Award. She has also been active in undergraduate research, student government, the Sports Administration Majors Club, and coaching youth soccer and volleyball. Her work experience includes a practicum with the UNK Athletic Department, an internship with Tri-City Storm Hockey, and work as a sales associate at Kearney's Viero Event Center. Most recently, Hannah has been completing an internship for Offutt Air Force Outdoor Recreation, and in the fall, she will attend Northwest Missouri State University, where she will serve as a graduate assistant for the Recreation Department and work toward her master's degree. Please welcome Hannah Harmon to speak on behalf of the graduating class of 2013.
Good morning, everyone. Chancellor, Board of Regents, faculty, friends, and family, it's an honor to be up here today. But before I get into my main message of my speech today, I believe I at least should comment real quick on how I feel UNK has prepared me for the future. Because I mean, what speech at graduation doesn't have this crucial part? So quickly, I just want to thank my instructors from my department for all the hands-on learning they gave me. The practicum hours, the class projects, and the internship really helped me realize and believe deep down that I have chosen the right path and having gained incredible knowledge and confidence within myself that I could not have gained from a textbook. So thank you. Okay, so now I got that requirement out of the way. So my main topic I want to discuss today is how when I was younger, I would base all my college experiences and what college would be like on television shows. Now, I know that college shows and everything aren't the same as what really happens, and you shouldn't really base on what life will be like from TV, but I've been known to be a TV junkie and base my life sometimes compared to television shows from time to time. But the first really big misconception that I got from college TV was the size of your first college dorm room. There are two shows that I would like to blame for this. Saved by the Bell, The College Years, and Dawson's Creek. Now granted, we all know that college years of Saved by the Bell were not as good as the high school years. But if you disagree, meet me after the ceremony and we can have a debate about it. But I mean really, it only lasted one season. But anyways, in Saved by the Bell, they lived in a co-ed dorm as freshmen and had a nice living room, kitchen area between their rooms. Then you have Dawson's Creek, where Joey and Audrey, they get a nice sized dorm room with separate large closets and a big wall of windows. All of this leading me to think that I would have a nice sized room that I would share with someone, or possibly have a suite style room with some nice looking guys that might look like Mario Lopez. What a letdown it was when I walked into CTW. a small room with angled curved walls that made it hard to fit all the furniture in just right. However, it was very nice to have a bathroom connected to your room that you had to share with only 3 other people. I was lucky enough in CTW to share my bathroom with some great people and was able to keep my toilet paper in my bathroom. Not like some people I knew in CTW that had to bring their own toilet paper into the bathroom each time they had to go. Now, the only TV show that seemed to got it right for a freshman dorm room was Boy Meets World. Corey and Sean shared a nice small room where there was enough room for 2 beds and 2 desks, and they had to walk down the hall to the bathroom. Now, speaking of Boy Meets World, there was an episode that made me a little nervous about college. It was the episode where Corey, Sean, Topanga, and Angela all got their letters from Pembroke College. It was 2 weeks from high school graduation. Sean was put on the waiting list, and Corey was all worked up about how everything was changing. Corey's stress and anxiety caused me to be nervous and think about how I would have to apply to several colleges and hope to get into a nice school before graduation. So when my senior year of high school rolled around for me, by then I knew I needed to apply early so I wasn't waiting 2 weeks before graduation to see where I got into, and just make sure I meet all the requirements. And that's the other thing. Shows would always have students talk about how they needed to be involved in several different organizations during school to make it look good on a college resume. The one show that's really guilty of this is Gilmore Girls. Between Rory and Paris, always talking about how they had to join a club or volunteer to build a house was to make it look good on their college resume. Granted, they were applying for Ivy League schools, but it still made me think of how I needed to make sure I was well-rounded by joining several activities in high school so my college resume looked good. Then came the applying part. It was a little stressful at first, and see, I'm a first generation student, and I really didn't know how to apply or where to even begin. So I sought out my guidance counselor. She handed me a paper application for UNK. So I did the old school way and filled out a paper application and mailed it in. Later on, I discovered you could apply for schools online, so I did the rest of my applications that way and saved myself some money in postage. So when I got that big package from UNK and a few other schools later on that fall, it was a great relief to finally have gotten the application process over with, since for some reason that episode of Boy Meets World just kind of scared me of it. Now, the one thing that shows don't really prepare me for was the process of meeting and making new friends. Of course, in Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, and Gilmore Girls, they went to college having roommates they already knew. Zach had AC Slater and Screech, and then later on, Kelly so happened to move in the same suite as his. Corey had Sean, Topanga had Angela, and then Rory ended up having Paris as her roommate. I only knew 3 other kids coming from my high school to UNK, and none of them were going to be my roommate. Granted, 2 of them were boys. To me, the scariest thing about coming to UNK, it wasn't moving away from my family for 3 hours, the college classes, or living in a dorm room. It was not really having any close friends that I could run to that first day, or just have here at UNK that I can call a best friend. TV did not prepare me for that. So thankfully, during my freshman orientation, when a Loper welcome leader was gathering freshmen from CTW to take us to freshman orientation, they told me and a few other people to wait in our lounge. There I met Nicole, who I began talking to, and we both, after a few long minutes, decided that the Loper welcome leader wasn't coming back to get us, and we were just abandoned there. We decided to head down together and ended up spending the rest of our day together. So now she's my best friend, and I find it hard to believe we won't be living together in the same building or same room for the first time in a long time this fall. So I want to thank that Loper welcome leader, whoever they are, for abandoning us in CTW's 3rd floor lounge my freshman year. Otherwise, I may have never met Nicole. A quality of UNK that made my college experience a great one was the faculty. Not once did I feel like I couldn't approach an instructor or feared them. Granted, there were some instructors that gave some difficult quizzes that would cause a class to talk or text each other on how hard it was or unexpected some of the questions were. That's Dr. Enyer over there. Even yesterday, Dr. Enyer, people were talking about those quizzes and how hard they were. But otherwise, I always felt like the faculty cared, which is good because Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World set some pretty high standards of what a teacher should be like. So now to film my speech, I wish I could relate some of my college experiences to Full House. However, they canceled the show right before DJ headed off to college. So as Stephanie would say, how rude. All right. So hopefully now you're all looking back on your college experiences here at UNK and possibly comparing to see if it was more like Greek or Dawson's Creek. I just hope that you all had a great time, gained confidence within yourselves, and made lifelong friendships, and feel accomplished that you have survived college and earned a college degree. So I should probably wrap up this speech here soon, because I could probably go on and on about Saved by the Bell, Full House, Gilmore Girls, or I could really get into Lost, Breaking Bad, 30 Rock. But yeah. Oh, and a quick question. Who knows that they're coming out with a Girl Meets World? I know I'm really excited for that show. So with that, I would like to inspire the graduates today with the words that Mr. Feeney gave Corey, Sean, and Topanga before they headed off to New York after college. Believe in yourselves, dream, try, do good. Thank you.
Hannah, thank you very much. I appreciate your remarks. You caused me to think a little bit about it when I was a freshman, if I could relate my college experience to a current TV show. And I think I came up with one, Mission Impossible. It was a real popular show at the time. It's been a pleasure to have you as a student. Thank you so much, and you've made campus a much better place.